Now there are a few more questions that you need to answer. So I hope you would attempt these questions, and let's move to the next part, and I will be giving you these answers as well. Now the next concept that you need to know is electronegativity. Now let's see what this means. Right. Now you can see there are, we will just read the definition. Is the general tendency of an atom in a molecule to draw the shared pair of electrons towards its. You just say this is chlorine atom and this is hydrogen. So simply this is the chlorine atom, this is the hydrogen atom. So basically we are representing the HCl molecule. So this chlorine has a higher tendency to attract the bond electrons of the HCl towards itself. So that's what is shown by this diagram. So there is a general tendency of certain elements to attract the electron cloud towards itself, or to draw the shared pair of electron towards itself. So which is known as the electronegativity. So it's a general tendency of an atom in a molecule to draw the shared pair of electrons towards itself. So let's just think about, so you and your friend. Suppose your friend is has a higher preference for biscuits. Say both of you are given 2 biscuits for you to share between each other. But your friend who is having a more craving for the 2 biscuits tend to draw both the biscuits towards himself, or to take both the biscuits for him to consume. So which means in terms of the craving for biscuits, your friend is more having a higher craving. So likewise, the more electronegative element has a higher craving for electrons. So these bond electrons are being dragged towards the most electronegative element. So chlorine is actually more electronegative than hydrogen. So I hope you get the idea. Next. Now there is something called the Pauling scale. The Pauling scale of electronegativity. So that's the Pauling scale of electronegativity. So what does that mean? Actually, a person called Linus Pauling has come up with some values to represent the how electronegative these elements are. So these are just a set of numbers for you to compare, which is the most electronegative element, that is fluorine in the periodic table, and then what about the other elements. And you can see there is a general trend across the period. There is a tendency to increase the electronegativity, and down the group there is a tendency to decrease the electronegativity. So within the scope of your syllabus, you will not be tested like how this Pauling came up with these values. So that is not the question that you would get, and you are not given any equation as to calculate. So simply you are supposed to remember certain electronegativity values such as of fluorine, chlorine, oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen and carbon. So these values you can have a general idea. Other values you are not supposed to remember. Even these values you can just remember. Fluorine has the highest electronegativity, then oxygen, then nitrogen. And there is this general trend. Across a period, electronegativity increase. That is also coming with that increase in the effective nuclear charge, because the electron cloud is more attracted towards the nucleus across a period. And down the group actually electronegativity decrease. Upwards towards the group it increases, down the group it decreases. So I hope you understand about this concept of electronegativity, and you can answer this question given below.